Alright, Shalom. Before I start, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bashim Yahshai, Bahashim, Rachach Chorash, double honors to the Apostle of the Great Millstone, peace, blessings, and salutations to all elect Akim, walk, and learning, and teaching in truth and sincerity. Alright, and basically this video, give me 1 second. Alright, so basically this video is going to be based on, this is something I had seen. I was watching this video, and basically it was this it looked like maybe it was a gaming contest or some arm wrestling or something, or rugby, but basically there was these men standing in line and they were receiving rewards, and there was a woman that had walked and that was giving out the trophy, and she was scantily clad or some shit, whatever. She was wearing a bikini and a bra, and she had her titties and her ass out. Basically, she was exposing her. She was dressed indecently for the public eye, but she was just holding the trophy. You know how they have motherfuckers, the ring girls type shit. And one of the dudes was a Muslim, and he was an Ishmaelite. He had that little shit cup on his head, and so basically, when the girl had walked by, he had put the cup on his face and bowed his head, basically so he wouldn't see her. All right, so he wouldn't be lusting after her. All right, then after she passed by, he took his hat off, his shit cup off his face, and put it back on his head for the shit to spill into. And the video ended, and I had checked the comments, and it was like there was a whole bunch of raggedy ass Ishmaelites applauding him, basically like, "Oh, good job for following the laws. Allah would be so proud of you. You're a good man. Oh, you make Allah happy. You followed the law good. You didn't, And basically, they was applauding for not looking at that woman because she was probably another man's, which is true. I'll give him that. But, that's not the point of this video. The point being is that we have something that all these other people don't. All these other so-called religions, these other bullshit philosophies, we're even though we have these scriptures, we have a law to keep, we're not bound by it right now. Your life is not, as of right now, your life is not determined, and if you get fucked up off of it, Yahweh Bashim Yahshai just might not be dealing with you if you don't know these scriptures. But as of right now, your life is not determined off of keeping every single law, statute, and commandment. Why? Because this nation, our people, we cannot. In this flesh, we cannot keep all these laws. So who had to come through for us? Yahweh Shai did. Yahweh Shai Mashiach. He was that middleman for us. He laid down his life for us to cover us. All right. And just as the headliner, as a disclaimer, I'm not telling you to go do whatever you want. You still keep these laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. All right. But if you look at other religions, I'm using that example because if that man was to look at that woman, he probably could have got his head beat the fuck in. They have to, all these Ishmaelites, them Muslims, they have to keep all their law. They got to go travel to Mecca and grab a cow, put it on his back, and run it up a hill. And these weirdo ass Elam, they got a where my fucking keys at? Get this fuck out of here. Go, little nigga. Get your ass on. Basically, these other so-called religions, they're actually bound by their shit. So if they don't do it, they're fucking done for. But let me get the scriptures. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 1. For the law, having a shadow of good things to come and not the very image of the things, can never, with those sacrifices which they offered year by year, continually make the comers thereunto perfect. So your salvation is not determined by keeping the law right now. It's determined through the faith and belief in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right. But you look at these other people, because I was looking on, which you shouldn't be staring at another man's woman anyway. If you know she's taken, but this wicked flesh. The wicked flesh don't give a fuck. But that's what Yahushai is here for, because even he said it. You already looked at a woman, you already lusted with her in your mind, so you already committed adultery. But that's what he came for, to free us from that. That Muslim didn't have that. That's why he had to cover his face and look like a clown all in public. All that nigga had to do was just keep his eye level up. or just tilt it and turn his head. You know, but we have something that these other peoples don't. Them gooks, they gotta go beat the ball. They gotta do all that bullshit. Well, that's Gad, but you know what I mean. They gotta slap the ball and ching all that bullshit and fry some dog 20 days out the year, and you know they have to actually do it under the fear of, if you don't, you're not gonna get into your fake god's heaven or whatever the fuck they believe. All right, but we have Yahushai. He's that sacrifice for us. If you can understand what I'm saying. All right, Hebrews chapter 10 verse 2. For then would they have not ceased to be offered? Question mark. So he's saying, if all you had to do was keep them laws and do them sacrifices to be saved and perfect, would you not have done them forever? Showing you that there was a flaw. That's why it says, for the law having a shadow of the good things to come. It's just getting us ready for how we really gonna be living in the kingdom. Basically, man, the laws that's just how we gonna be living in the kingdom. Perfect, no adultery, no murder, no stealing, multiple children with multiple women, all in righteousness. It's just showing you how we gonna be living it up in the kingdom, man. Not building house to house, so we gonna have plenty of space. We're gonna be eating right, so our body's gonna be tight. That's the shadow of the things to come. Yahweh Bashim, through the spirit power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the law set us up to show us all the things we gonna have in the kingdom, man. Verse 2 in the middle, it says, because that the worshippers once purged should have had no more conscience of sins, but no sacrifices, there is a remembrance again made of sins every year. All right, talking about Day of Atonement. This is verse 4. For it is not possible that the blood of bulls and of goats should take away sins. Wherefore, when he cometh into the world, he saith, sacrifice and offering thou wouldest not, but a body hast thou prepared me. All right. I'm gonna keep reading. In burnt offerings and sacrifices for sin thou hast had no pleasure. Then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book to do thy will, O the most high power. Look, man, Yahushua is that man. He's that guy that came through for us. Because the sacrifices we is wicked. That's why we even had the Day of Atonement. The most even, it was known that we was gonna go off, so here's the Day of Atonement for y'all to think about and sit on it. Now, let me go to this next chapter. Man, we have something that these other motherfuckers don't. Them Ishmaelites, man, they gotta keep all they shit, or they get blowed up. All right, them women gotta be covered down to the eyes. They kids gotta be strapped up with C4 and all that bullshit. Them Hamites, they gotta stick their whole head up a cow rectus before they turn 15 if they want to make it into the tribe. We don't gotta do all that weirdo crazy shit. We have Yahushua as our intercessor. When we go off, he slips up for us. And we try our hardest not to go off, but it's gonna happen because we in this wicked flesh, but we're not set by the law. If it was up, if we had to keep this, if it was do or die according to this law, we'd all be dead. So for you niggas teaching, keep the law, keep the law, keep the law, you niggas are done for. Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai is not dealing with you, and that's just how it is. Hebrews chapter 7 verse 27, who needeth not daily. You know what? Hold up. Let me start up. Hebrews chapter 7 verse 26. For such an high priest became us, who was holy, harmless, undefiled, separate from sinners, and made higher than the heavens, who needeth not daily, as though high priest, to offer up sacrifice, first for his own sins, and then for the people's. For this he did once, when he offered up himself. Talking about Yahushua HaMashiach. He offered up the sins for himself and his past incarnations. And then for who? For his people, to cover us, specifically right now for the elect, or for the 1/3 of the nation of Israel, the only ones that's going to get right. We have something that everybody else on this fucking planet does not, man. We have Yahushua HaMashiach, that man that came and put his foot on the door as it was closing. Imagine you trying to get into the party, and the bodyguard, fuck this shit. He closed the door. Some slick Rick Jake just come slide through. Boom, put his foot in the door, hand the bodyguard some money. It's all cool. They all with me. He like, all right. Hey, with you? Oh, okay, all right, man. I wouldn't even finna fuck with him. All right, they with you though. You people, you good people. And then he open it and let all of them in. That's what Yahushua did for us, man. He kept he's holding the door open for us right now, for the remnant that's gonna get it. And then after that, it's snap, crackle, and pop time, man. We gonna be, after that is hey, it's over. And I'm gonna get this, and I'm gonna end it. Intercessor. Let's see if I spelled it right. Yep. Hold on. These others. Let's see. Let me check some real quick. I'm tripping. It was literally a verse up. I'm gonna start at verse 24. But this man, because he continueth forever, hath an unchangeable priesthood, wherefore he is able to save them to the utmost that come unto the Most High power by him, seeing he ever liveth to make intercession for them. Yahushua Mashiach is holding that door open for us. He's our intercessor. And I'm gonna get that word before I close out, but I'm gonna just get one more scripture. Was it 1 and 5? Okay, it might be 2 Timothy or 1 Timothy. Was it 2? Khan, yep. For there is one God and one mediator between the Most High power and men, that man Hamashiach Yahushai, who gave himself a ransom for all to be testified in due time, and that all is all those that's gonna make it. All right. So now, constant laugh. Let me get that word. Intercessor. And we'll close it. Intercessor, a person who intervenes on behalf of another, especially by prayer. Yahushua Mashiach is our intercessor. He gives us an advantage that nobody else in this world has. So with that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rachach Rash, the honors to the apostles, angels of the great millstone, peace, blessings, and salutations to all the like Akim, Wa Agwatim, the actual true sisters that help the brotherhood. Alright, because being here in Chicago, I've observed that there's actually sincere sisters out here that are helps to their men and to the brotherhood, actual peace and shalom to them. All earthly hosts can die. Alright, and peace, blessings, salutations to all the elect Akim, Wa Agwatim out there, right, learning and teaching in truth and in sincerity. Alright, and with that I'm going to say shalom.